Welcome to this week's episode of Relly and Deli Read Reddit Stories. I'm Relly.
And I'm Deli.
And today's relationship deliberations. I'm getting faster.
I see. Relationship deliberations.
Yes.
I can't do it without an accent.
Honestly, I think it's required. I think it's required.
I don't know what accent that is.
Deliberations.
I don't even know what accent that is.
I'm afraid to say actually.
Same.
I feel like a cartoon mouse somewhere. But yes, we have many stories from Am I Overreacting? I think some Am I the Assholes, but for this, we have a new one.
Oh.
It's R/NM, which stands for non-monogamy.
Oh.
The final one is going to be very aggressive.
Secret.
Stories of jealousy and a little bit of disrespect. Actually, a lot of disrespect from the title. But, these are blind Reddit reads where I only read the title and we read it for the first time here. Deli has no idea of anything about any of these stories. And we're going to get into it. I think we also got some text messages.
Ooh, we got some things to get into today. Shoveling it.
Reading. So,
digging in.
All right. Let's get into the first story. And this is from Am I Overreacting? Okay. Am I overreacting because I told my boyfriend of 5 years this is not working out?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I mean, 5 years is a good enough time for you to be like, oh, okay.
I know for sure.
I see for a fact this is not working out.
But, and you know what I say?
What do you say?
Oh. That, it's better to leave. Like, you could spend 5, 6 years with somebody.
True. It's better to leave.
It's better to just
any
leave.
Kind of passive aggressive cheating,
all of that.
All that just gonna go.
Yeah, or you can also stay in an unhappy relationship that's not, scarred with cheating or anything, but you are just miserable and y'all hate each other. And spending another day there, it's not worth it, girl. Move on.
Let's see.
Okay, so I went to a comedy show and my boyfriend went to get food. It was taking too long and I was constantly looking at the door and unable to enjoy the show because I don't know where he was or what took him so long. He stopped responding to my messages and didn't pick up my calls. So the show gets over and I go downstairs and I see him talking to someone with the food in front of him at the bar. He basically got drunk and too immersed in a conversation to notice the notifications. But that happens a lot. That he drinks and forgets about me. What?
Damn. This is not what I saw happening.
At all. In this case, he missed half of the show that I paid for. His only justification was that food was taking too long. I messaged him even that he should forget about the food, and people are asking me for the chair I was saving for him repeatedly, but of course he didn't see those messages. You're not an alcoholic, baby.
He got something going on for sure. I can't say he's an alcoholic, but he do be getting drunk and be forgetting you all the time,
that's alcoholism.
That's alcoholism.
Yeah.
I like traditional. I like traditional alcoholism when you're at home, you don't do anything, you drink, you're non-functioning. He's out here going into stuff and then he starts to drink. I like old school alcoholics.
No.
You might slap somebody. But
it is too much. He's able to be out, but are you able to be out? You came here with someone.
He was able to be out and hold a conversation at the bar?
And forget about where you were, why you were there, and who you came there with.
He about don't want to be with you no more anyway.
He damn sure don't want to be with you.
I don't think you're the asshole for ending this. 5 years is crazy, and the fact this is not the first time.
Yeah.
Simple.
Honestly,
Square.
I don't even think there's much to say except for leave.
You on a good foot.
Because getting him help, I mean, he could, but
y'all not married.
You're not. Boyfriend. You're not, baby.
You're not committed to this. You don't have to lock in.
Ooh! are busting them down. Let's
I'm just
go
saying.
to the comment. Yeah, hey, look. Okay? Top comment, not overreacting. It sounds like he has a problem with alcohol. Exactly.
Oh, excuse me.
Somebody said, we all know that never ends well.
Ooh.
Okay. Somebody said, no, honey, you're right on the money here. This is bullshit. Somebody said, OP leaving is definitely the right choice here.
Yeah.
Not overreacting. Life is too short to waste on this bullshit. Keyword today is bullshit. But it is. Honestly, the level of rage that I would feel. Because one, that's wasted money. Two, I'm now fighting bitches off for a seat that your ass should be in.
And you looking like an asshole in that regard.
Right. Because
Like,
the show ended.
Gonna come here
and
sit
nobody
and
came.
Ever did. She's gonna hold on to the chair. Yeah. Now you're a bitch on that regard.
Woo! That's and then now you wasted money twice because now the food is there. What are we gonna do? Sit down now at the bar and eat food that he been drunk speaking over for like 35 fucking minutes? Cold and covered with hot, sweaty alcohol stank.
Ooh. Well, yeah,
it's
probably true.
But honestly, and OP, the most advice I could tell you is think about why you made excuses, because you kind of even made excuses in here, but you know, in just the way that you're just like, yeah, he does this all the time. That's really bad. And
you said love yourself?
You should, because if you don't, he not gonna love you, girl. I can't steal RuPaul's lines because I can't afford to pay.
That's true.
But for damn sure, don't just like walk around letting somebody do this.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank God it's actually not like we joke, but it's not like a violent situation.
Yeah, that's true. We are thankful that you're not in a violent situation that you cannot get out of, and you just like hey, Drake.
Two main paths, I think, when you can have like an alcoholic partner is they can either do things to jeopardize themselves or do things to jeopardize you. And this could just, you know, become much bigger than it is.
Yeah.
You know? You could be in the hospital just giving birth and he's somewhere
getting
drunk.
sloshed. Thank God there's no kids involved. Like,
right.
Yeah, get out. You are in the perfect spot to get the hell out.
Yeah.
So
all right.
Oh, that was
We're
easy.
going to go ahead and jump on to our next story. So I didn't have the original image to say the title at first, but the title is, am I overreacting for dropping him after he told me I need to make more friends? So in the story, you'll hear us referencing the fact that we did not have a title and then kind of figuring out what the title is, but I was able to find it hours later. So this is just me saying this meow. It is from Am I Overreacting as well, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is the channel that I accidentally got banned from on Reddit.
Oh.
Bitches.
So you're only getting pieces of the information.
Pieces, yeah.
We don't want you all up in the
But okay, I've been in this relationship with this guy, and one of his biggest critiques of me has been my small social circle. Oh yeah, this is like, am I overreacting for wanting to leave him because he said that I needed more friends?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Again, I read these things once, but I think this is what this story is.
Okay.
A lot of my friends have moved. I do have some activities, and I have a great job.
Okay.
But usually, I don't have weekend plans. I have amazing friends and people I talk to daily, but I don't have plans every single weekend, especially since my friends moved. I had a lot of friends in college and when I was going out every weekend, but I don't want to do that. Back when I had a nice boyfriend, we planned stuff every weekend and it never felt unhealthy. I also have brunch with my family every Sunday, but I guess that's not cool.
No, it's not.
Okay, and then so now we have the text messages. So this is the one where the T is coming up in the text. So we're going to see how this goes down. Okay. So she texts him. At least I believe it's a lady. But yeah. Have you decided whether you want to be alone this weekend? They reply, you don't have any plans this weekend? Immediately replies, can I tell you something? Like, not on the phone. She says, okay. He says, I had an ex-girlfriend over a year ago. She said, you're back together? He says, one time she left her phone unlocked and her text messages open. And then he also says, no, we're not back together. Okay. So you learn more by listening than interrupting. Ooh.
Oh.
He says, so she left her text messages open. It's all here, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. She left her text messages open, and I was the only person that she had talked to that entire day.
Oh.
She said, okay, I'll make other plans. He says, haha, what I'm saying is that sort of behavior is extremely unhealthy. Making a guy the center of your world. Even if you didn't go out of your way to self-sabotage, which you do,
ooh,
you need to have other things to do.
He said, stop interrupting me.
Because I want to take you.
Because you trying to blow up the damn spot.
She said, okay, I did not want this to turn into a life lesson. I just wanted to hang out. He said, yes, well, it is a life lesson.
Oh.
She said, maybe this is a bad idea. He said, maybe it is.
Damn.
Girl, he got a gun.
Yeah.
And he's unloading it on you right now, baby.
Your shins are shot.
Drop and hit
literally.
The floor, tuck and roll, call the cops. Because this man hates you.
Yeah.
He
that's
fucking
insane.
Hates you. Okay, she said, okay, well, goodbye, I guess.
Oh.
He says, uh-huh. And then he also says, mm-hmm.
Why so spicy? Why so sassy at the end?
Well, girl, and that's all we got on that. That's the end of that.
Wow.
Baby.
And she's like, am I overreacting?
No.
I mean, no. She might want to end stuff with him, it sounds like.
But it's over.
I mean, well, yeah. According to him, it's already over.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I do get it. Because, you know, I am of a mind that, you know, depending on how you were set up when y'all started the relationship, that should be, you know, the thing. And I do know people who look for other people to maintain their friendships and to maintain their other stuff outside of their relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, her case is a unique one because a lot of her friends moved away at one time, it sounds like. But I mean, yeah, he should have, I don't know how long y'all been together, but yeah, he could have handled this a little nicer. I understand why he doesn't like this, because I mean, apparently he's triggered. But also, you deserve better, ma'am. So, yeah, I don't think it's a problem. I just think I think it's something that needs to be handled early on. And I also think that he's being rude and nasty. I don't think it's a big issue, but I understand that there is for some people. It's really just the way he's handling it.
He's
honestly.
disgusting. He's condescending.
Yeah.
He's belittling you.
Yeah.
He actively is trying to humiliate.
He is trying to humiliate.
And said that this is a life lesson.
It's a life lesson.
And we like our own alone time, and I think it's important to have your own alone time. You know. But there are certain days, like weekends, for instance, where I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be us time. Mm-hmm. If you have things to do with other people or like your friends, it can't, for me, my initial feeling is like, they're taking time away. But at the same time, like, it's not that big of a deal. And a lot of that for me was tied to like my job being different and my job being stressful. My job sucky. So like free time and time that gets to spend together is like such a commodity that it's like anytime it's like spent doing other things, it gets frustrating. But at the same time too, like it's good to have our own time and like do our own things. And we don't have to be up on each other 100%. You know what I mean? That's something that I feel like is easier for you than me. Like 90% of the time, but then there's certain days when I'm like, I just want to be by myself. And it can be like a light switch where I'm like, I'm just going to go lay down in the room. And I like, nothing is wrong, but I just need to like lay down alone.
Yeah.
And then like it'll flip back and I'm like, all right, let's.
Right. Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting your alone time.
Yeah,
or wanting to, not to be the center of someone's like world.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just the way it was handled, really.
Yeah, because
it was nasty with it.
And she literally asked you the question like, "Did you want to hang out?" No, I'm gonna spend some time by myself this weekend. Okay, cool. And that's what it would have been if he was healthy, respectful, and sane.
He said she's not healthy, respectful, or sane. She's a needy ass bitch.
Damn.
And that she need to re-examine that. This is a life lesson.
Ridiculous.
These are his words.
Honestly. Yeah, talking to me like that, and then through text, and she took it. First of all, you're blocked before you finish.
It's honestly given that's the last conversation they ever had.
Ever. Yeah. So maybe the title was like, am I overreacting for ending things or never talking to him again? I don't know if they were a relationship or a situationship. I think it was a situation.
Either way, a situationship.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Well, that is worse because what are you doing?
But I mean, that's how you handle a situationship. You're like, hey, did you want to hang out this weekend?
Oh.
Like, who's to say that you are my everything? Bitch, you don't know my fucking phone. We obviously don't even live together. You don't know who I spoke to today. I could have been talking to your fucking father today, bitch.
Well, he said, I know the last bitch phone I checked, they were just talking to me.
And there's a reason why she probably left your crazy ass.
Now, he left her.
He says. I don't trust anything he says. Unreliable, disgusting, pathetic, humiliating.
Yeah.
Next story.
Ooh.
Oh. This one, again, am I overreacting? We're on a tangent. Am I overreacting because my husband killed my heirloom tomato plants?
Oh. No, probably not, because I feel like those aren't easy to grow. Even though they say tomatoes are the easiest plants to grow.
They say.
But I don't know about heirloom tomatoes.
I wouldn't know.
They got heirloom in the name.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I feel like probably not overreact. It depends on what you did. If you resorted to like physical harm or violence,
if you
that might be
threw him
too
down
much.
a flight of stairs, kicked him through a banister, T-boned his car,
for sure, slapped his mama,
that type of shit.
Might be
slap
too much.
His mama,
but this is the thing
good.
when it comes to something like that. If you guys can hear, the landscapers are out, so. We apologize.
We do apologize. If you can hear it, it probably sounds like a weed eater and lawnmower mix. Yeah. Because they get close, then they leave. They get close, and they leave.
Yeah.
But we do apologize.
We do apologize. But yeah, so he either did something careless or he did it intentionally.
That part. And if he was intentional, I don't mean no harm, but probably the more intentional, the more likely you are to get violent. Yeah, for sure. Which we don't condone. We don't condone violence.
Yeah. Oh.
We don't condone violence. We don't love to see violence, but we know violence does happen. And it happens often.
And you know what's the crazy part? Even like on the last call, like what I wanted to say was, you honestly should drag him. Like you should like leave. Not even a long message, because I don't believe in that also. Mm-hmm. But like, one of my favorite go-tos right now is to like, how about you like go jump up your mother's cunt?
Oh, okay.
Something like that. Say something offensive, but it's not always warranted. And his reaction is like, you should slap them in the face, which you shouldn't. But I'm actively working on not saying things. Like that.
I can't say if you do slap somebody, I can't say you're not justified, but I don't condone it.
But we didn't condone it.
I didn't condone it, and not what I would do, but
it's damn sure not what you're doing.
Hell, it's already what you done did. So what can I do?
But okay, let's get into it. Okay, so I shopped around for tomato seeds this year and found some mixed heirloom varieties I liked and ordered them online. I planted the seeds in February and watched over them and babied them for 2 months.
Ooh.
All the while excitedly telling my husband about them every step of the way. They were in the garage, then in and out in the backyard, then under shelter, then in full sun to be hardened off.
Oh, you was really working.
She was doing
it. You had to move them tomatoes around.
Now, still all along telling my husband about the varieties and how proud and happy I was.
She was so excited.
Yep. Now, last week, Zone 8B, damn. She
oh my God.
She got him taken off.
She is Zone 8B, bitch.
See, this is what I'm saying, right? It's about the time that she's invested.
She done zoned her shit out. Like,
I don't know what he did, but I also don't even feel like he was listening to her.
I just picture her running in the house, pointing like a garden tool, saying, "You bitch." Like something's going on in Zone 8B.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so last week, Zone 8B, I planted them out in the garden and pointed them out to him a few days later again. Pointed out that they seemed to be doing well. Yesterday, he said he was going to stain the fence next to the garden. I reminded him of the tomatoes and asked him to please be careful. Again this morning, I pointed out that I had watered the plants and again asked him to please be careful. He walked all over them.
Wow.
Yeah. And killed them all. He didn't even stop after the first one.
Damn.
What?
You know, you have to see that you just crushed a tomato.
Yeah, like tomatoes, it's a mess.
Especially heirloom tomatoes.
And they're like...
They are messy. And heirloom tomatoes are massive.
Yeah, like you would feel the squish under your feet.
Yeah.
He's sick and he hates her. Why do y'all hate y'all people?
Listen.
What is going on with these hateful men?
It is definitely hateful men
against
these women. I don't know what's going on.
My gosh. Okay. Then got angry with me for getting upset. I can't even look at him. He cares so little, never even paid attention to something that really meant a lot to me.
And you trying to fucking restain the fence?
Yeah.
Is that needed right now?
Why would you do that even? Anyways. Yeah. He cares so little, never paid attention to something that really meant a lot to me. Am I overreacting? I know he thinks I am.
You're not overreacting, and honestly, you haven't even done anything. All you did was express that you were upset.
Right.
You ain't done nothing. Like you like, am I overreacting? I burnt all his lederhosen and put Nair in his shampoo. Yeah. Am I overreacting?
Yeah.
You know, like you didn't do anything. You're just upset. No, you're not overreacting. That's something you really cared about, and you were so excited. You Zone 8B, honey. You got your tomatoes zoned out, and it sounds like he literally went outside just to step on your tomatoes. Cause who the hell needs to restain the fence right now? It's in the middle of tomato season. You know, get the fuck back, you bitch.
Honestly, you know, again, I do not have a degree in psychology.
Neither do I.
I am not a legal professional to tell you that your husband fucking hates you. He don't like you. He don't respect you. The bitch ain't listened to nan thing you said over the past 3 months of you growing them damn tomatoes. And everybody on Reddit loves to jump to. You should break up with him. Yeah. You should divorce him. But you really should consider how many circumstances like this have you had in the past? True. And how many circumstances like this do you expect to accept in the future?
That's some big
because
stuff. Definitely consider those things.
Though, never trust the bitch who gets mad at you when they did you wrong.
Right. How you be mad at me for saying I'm overreacting, but you went out there and fucked up all my tomatoes?
You gotta go, boo. You gotta leave.
You squelched them.
You gotta run away because that's foolishness. And we've talked about this a couple times on the podcast. How are you mad because you shot me in the leg?
Exactly.
And now you gotta look at me in my wheelchair.
Exactly. But
girl,
you pissed at me.
You did this
you
to
pissed
me.
At me that I'm in a wheelchair trying to work my way up the stairs.
Frustrated. You're pissed. You
shot me.
You're unwell. You're unwell, baby. You offended me.
Listen,
you did the dirt to me. No. People like that, I don't know what the terminology is. I don't know what they got. I couldn't tell you. But maybe a doctor can. Maybe a therapist
that
can.
Part, I was going to suggest that a couple therapists, definitely gather your receipts, as this is not the first time that you've been ignored and or disrespected. And you need to bring that to the people and, be discussed.
Yeah.
Amongst the two of you, because clearly he's either he just doesn't care at all, or he just not understanding that this was important to you. Like one of the two. I like to give the benefit of the doubt.
I don't even know how he couldn't understand.
I hear that some of them are dumb. Some of the straight men are dumb.
I actually don't believe that. I actually don't even believe that. I think that everything is intentional. I think even being stupid in this day and age is a fucking choice. You chose to be a stupid ass, big back, wide foot, heavy walking ass bitch.
Damn.
You chose to. You knew she was putting them damn tomatoes down. Now, if she went in your closet and took them big ass heavy boots that's covered in tomato juice and walloped your ass upside your head when you slept in that motherfucking bed, you would want to call the cops on her.
Yeah.
And honestly, situations like this where OP, like the only thing I could tell you like that could give you gratification is doing something petty or malicious or, vindictive. That's when you know that one, you've done nothing wrong and you need to decide like what you're going to do, because you can't be a doormat. You can't just take this, and you shouldn't have to be subjected to that level of disrespect and lack of care and empathy. And be in a situation that could make you act out, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Because, that's craziness.
Yeah, I hate that he's not getting it. That's terrible. Or he's deciding not to get it. Whatever this is.
Yeah.
I hate that it's not going the way it should be going, because if you've been telling him all along, and then you told him the day of, right before he went out, and he still, And
then it's been like this with this dumb shit like this, and then when their wife stops communicating or stops complaining or stops fighting,
just shuts down,
and then they doesn't give a shit. And stop.
You want to start throwing chairs,
making dinner, and it's like, oh, she's this and that, and it's like you guys push your partners away. People, and like women do it too. But right now, as of now, it's all the men cutting up. So y'all are doing some dumb shit. My
goodness,
word. Alrighty,
any
y'all.
Comments?
Do we have some comments? Let's see. Oh yeah. Top comment. No, you're not, and you know you're not. Ooh, that was malicious. You reminded him, and he did it anyway on purpose. That part too.
Yeah.
Don't be coming on here. I mean, come on here because we need the content. But don't be asking like you literally overreacting. How? What did you do? You cried?
Yeah, you didn't do anything. I guess you cried. You said you were upset.
Yeah, and men who make you feel bad for crying, dangerous.
That is dangerous.
I don't know any other word other than dangerous. Okay, next comment. What the fuck? Not overreacting. What kind of monsters do you guys end up marrying? That's the tea, baby.
That's the question of the episode.
My goodness.
Oh.
And I was looking at some videos today about like weddings and everything like that. And next month for our anniversary, we're gonna do an episode that's straight weddings. Hopefully we'll have some great weddings in there. I'm gonna try to find some good wedding stories, because my gosh, people be living in misery.
It's crazy.
And then and
you never know.
Yeah. At least the one I saw today was an actual happy couple, but the day was bad. But then there's ones where like your day is bad and your husband is bad. You married a monster. And it's like, do you see the cracks before you do? What, do you just ignore the signs, or are there not signs? I don't doubt that sometimes there really are no signs, because some of these people are sick.
Some of them are crafty.
They're sick. They're waiting until you say I do to show who they really are.
And they flip the switch.
Flip a switch.
Like, sit down.
Oh. Yeah. Next comment says, what a prick, seriously. And then last comment we have says, I know this is one situation, but it doesn't sound like he cares about you very much. I'm sorry about your tomatoes. Yeah, he does not like you. He hates you. He hates you.
Unfortunately, that's what it's giving. I don't know. I would love to hear if there's been any more instances of this or anything like this. I feel like this isn't just like today I'm fucking her up.
Yeah. I think that he doesn't care, because even, and maybe I'm reading too much into it, even like her recollection is like, she can itemize the times that she's told him about it.
Right.
But they don't have conversations about it. He's never asked her about it, from what I can tell. And I doubt he ever has. And it doesn't need to be a joint something. But you have stuff that's your own passions that I ask about. And vice versa. And you could be interested without having to be involved. And he was neither.
He neither one of them.
And he said,
"Oh, I'm gonna get involved with these boots, cause they made for stomp."
My goodness,
and that's just what they do.
All right.
He went out there to stomp those tomatoes.
I think
he probably had a sick, intrusive thought of like just crushing them under his feet.
Because after you step on the first tomato,
you don't feel that slush, that smush.
Why wouldn't you stop?
That sluice.
That's you.
He said, "Oh,
yeah."
Step on a tomato. Oh,
I don't know.
Stepped on about 5 tomatoes.
Yeah. Dangerous girl.
Very much so.
All right, let's move on to our final story. Now, this is coming from an all-new subreddit called r/non-monogamia. Okay. This has a tag of jealousy and insecurity.
Oh.
And it's also an am I overreacting?
That's a lot.
We got all the
everything.
Things.
All the girls are here.
Save this for last. So, if you may be triggered by stories of
jealousy, deceit,
or non-monogamy, thank you for listening to the podcast thus far.
Thank you.
Make sure you take your cell phone back and listen to everything else we dropped this week, baby. We dropped 2 videos.
Yeah, we've been working.
3 videos last week. 3 videos every week for the month of April.
Absolutely.
Okay? Thank you. For everybody else that's still here with us, let's get into it.
Uh-huh.
Am I overreacting for thinking my wife's partners are disrespectful to our relationship? Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah. Let's just get into it. Now, my wife normally deals with men who aren't non-monogamous.
Oh, okay. That's already starting to be something right there at the top.
Right, girly. Everybody slow down. Okay. They are single.
Oh.
But most of them are really confused by the dynamic. She told me that one of her partners will say during sex things like, "Can your husband please you like I do?
Ooh.
I bet you wish he could make you feel this way." And insinuating that we aren't in a good relationship because we have issues. In parentheses, though every relationship does, ours isn't really unique in my opinion. Okay. But that he is good at fixing issues when they have sex.
Okay.
He has also said before that he really feels uncomfortable with us using him for a cuck dynamic.
Oh.
Though she never said that to him, and we aren't into cucking. Girl.
What?
She has had other partners who say other disrespectful things to her when they are angry, like how she should lose weight or that she deserves the bad things that happen to her.
Oh,
baby.
What bad things are happening to you?
I don't know.
You gonna get your ass in the office break room.
I don't know. Okay. Our dynamic is that we can give opinions on how we feel about our dealings with others, but for the most part, that's all they are, opinions. Unless it's something we have a strong boundary against for safety or safety. Okay. So we talk openly about such things, and I've told her I'm surprised she continues to deal with people who disrespect her and our relationship in those ways. But from her perspective, the point is to have good sex. And though she doesn't agree with what they say, it isn't a big deal for her. I, of course, feel differently, and I'm surprised she would even deal with people who would disrespect her and us in these ways. But am I overreacting? Does it even matter if people do these things knowing you're not in a relationship with them and the ends justify the means? I don't know, but looking for other perspectives on this.
Oh, wow. What an interesting setup.
Yeah.
I was first surprised that she tells you all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess that's how y'all are literally set up.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Communication.
I mean, communication, that probably really should be a part of it.
Yeah.
Communication. But I understand both sides. I'm not going to say you're overreacting because I understand your point of view. But I also understand hers too. She's not taking it that serious. She's like, I don't give a shit. Yeah. You know, it's a bit of a fancy situation for me.
Yeah.
I understand both sides. I don't think you're overreacting. You have the right to feel that way. And it makes sense to feel that way.
Yeah.
Honestly, the more and more I think about it, I'm surprised too, like that she would keep going back to these people and keep entertaining them with that type of. I don't know. I know she's not in a relationship with them, but still, I mean, I don't know. It seems like a turnoff to me to continue to, but you know, everybody got their different strokes for different folks, literally. And so she said she might like that, but relationship bashing.
Yeah, and that's another thing, right? Because some people enjoy that dynamic of the disrespect of it all,
right?
But that's not a part of what it is. So he doesn't want to hear about that. So I don't know if she actually enjoys that,
right?
And she's downplaying it, or she's enjoying him being upset about hearing the disrespect.
Something about it, because even though the communication is there, I'm still surprised you would tell him that.
And realistically, women, if you want to go out there and find men's, this men's who's gonna sleep with you, boo. I really don't see how she would be hard up finding somebody to be engage with her relationship dynamic.
Right.
So the sex is that good that you take disrespect is crazy to me.
Yeah.
And you really should take a hard look at yourself. That is absurd, mama.
They get upset with you and call you a fat ass, and they say we didn't sign to be a cuck for you. Like, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
But
and it's like, why would you? Because then now, and like OP's wife, what you don't see is this man is honestly going to start. He's already looking at you like, is she tripping or am I tripping?
Right. He got to run to the interwebs.
Unfortunately, when I think a lot of times when people are faced, or I think even for me, when people are faced, and like even when I'm faced with like anyone in my life doing something that I just don't understand or I agree, and then I try to like talk it out like, hey, you don't see them disrespecting you? You don't think that you should be valued more than this? And you're just like, it's not even about that. It's just about this. And I'm like, but you could probably find literally somebody else to also have sex with. Like,
she said there's no guarantee.
How good is it that you need to be disrespected? Like, so then, like, what is it that you... And then this person is also not just insulting your husband, but he's trying to replace your husband.
Right.
So you have no respect for your husband either.
Oh.
It's not just about him not respecting your husband. You don't, because do you say stop? And if you shut it down and cut them off, they honestly would probably fall in line. But they've seen that they can say whatever the fuck they want to do to you. And you're not going to do anything about it. Yeah. And if you, OP's wife, have your own like shame kink that you need to be expressed in a particular way, you need to communicate that with your husband.
Right.
Because it seems like that's what you have going on, because anything else don't make sense to me.
It don't.
You know? I'm gonna imagine you look like a momshell. And honestly, even if you look like a foot, a bunch of bitches got foot fetishes. So I don't think it'll be that hard for you to replace people on your roster.
This current lineup.
Contrary to popular belief, finding sex isn't really that difficult.
No.
Unless you make it difficult. So you going out of your way to be with these disrespectful people is kind of, y'all need a better conversation, because the understanding needs to be had.
Yeah.
And then like, what are the boundaries that you guys have? Because maybe our boundaries need to shift, but the only thing I can see is either reducing your communication, which I do not think is appropriate, or like the solution for you and your husband to talk less about this shit.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard one thing about OP's wife saying to don't say that. Stop. Yeah. Don't disrespect my husband.
Yeah.
And maybe he isn't articulating properly everything that she has.
Right.
But
yeah, I don't know. It's one of those
concerning
50-50 situations, even though your wife, it's not really 50-50 anymore.
No.
And I kind of got to the bottom of that in my point. Yeah. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we don't even have comments on this.
Ooh.
This, it's super old. This was like 197 days. But yeah, I really just think that y'all need to communicate better. Having open relationships, it's 2026. They've been having open relationships since biblical days. A lot of people are in open relationships and don't even know it.
Yeah.
Okay, because motherfuckers is cheaters and whores. And honestly,
that's not the same thing.
It's not. Yeah, that was my point.
Oh, okay.
I was being a little cheeky. But you guys have taken the first step to communicate and articulate and set up this dynamic that essentially works. But there's some fine tuning that needs to happen and some understandings of like what your boundaries are.
Yeah.
And she needs to decide whether, these hookups are more important than like the stability of her relationship with her husband.
Exactly.
Because he obviously doesn't feel like somebody can take you away from him because y'all have the relationship you do. But who wants to, you guys go your own ways, you guys have your fun, and then to come on and be like, yeah, this motherfucker said I was a fat ass bitch.
Right.
And
like,
he can do better than you.
I don't
want to
know.
hear that.
That's a lot.
I don't want to hear that. And I'm not going to look at you the same. I'm going to look at you like, damn, are you a stupid ass, fat ass bitch? Because you letting them talk to you this way, and this is absurd. Where is your fight? Where is your sense of self? Because that seems desperate to me.
It does. Y'all need to really get down to the nitty gritty on that.
Boo. I've seen people in non-monogamous relationships do it well. Also, where's your dating pool? Who are you pulling in? Are you just on dating websites? They're advertising? Because there are communities specifically for people who are into,
she has a lot of, all her guys are non-monogamous guys.
Yeah, just single guys who want a woman.
At first I thought he was going to say that all her guys are married. I'm like, oh.
Right. That probably would have been better. Oh. If they were consenting in non-monogamy and they also had their wives, because then they're not trying to get caught up. Maybe. It's always a dangerous game.
It's always a dangerous game.
Because you can meet the wrong one who fall in love and now people are dead or hurt.
Yeah.
But you just going out there to find hopeless singles.
Maybe she's able to compartmentalize and it just doesn't really register.
But she's not doing a good job because it's spilling out into her marriage now. And she got to figure something out.
Ooh.
You on a slippery slope, girl, and you in kitten heels. They don't got much traction. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us here at Relly and Deli Read Reddit Stories, Relationship Deliberations.
Yeah.
Please make sure that you check out again our halfway to Halloween. We just dropped a video this past Wednesday.
Faces of Death.
Faces of Death, starring the iconic Barbie Ferreira and Baker Montgomery.
That's true.
In a meta horror adaptation of the 80s. What's it called? Nasty Flicks?
Video Nasty.
Video Nasty.
It's a Video Nasty.
Yeah. Very interesting film. Still in theaters now. So take a look at our review. Let us know if you do make your way to the theaters and go see it. And then we also did You, Me, and Tuscany this past Monday.
Correct.
Please make sure you're
very
going to
busy
go
week
see
for
that.
us.
Busy month. Okay.
Busy month for us. We hope you guys are enjoying. Make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Yes, we're up again since our last video. We're up now to 44 subscribers. Yay! Working our way to 500 subscribers.
Yes.
Tell your family, tell your friends. Tell everybody at your church congregation.
Yes.
Actually, yeah, especially if you're at FELC, you know me, boo. You know what this is, and you on my Facebook. Okay. Don't act cute, don't act brand new. Hit that subscribe button. If you're on our Facebook group, all 75 subscribers, let's please make those subscriptions over to the YouTubes. It's free for right now, boo.
Yeah.
Getting while the getting is good.
That part.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Look out for new videos every Monday and Friday at 2 p.m. And for the rest of April, new videos are Wednesday. This will be our horror series.
True.
Love and appreciate you.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.